And I
can
just
sleep
rock
that
on
night.
from
That's
now,
right.
and it's
That's
time
right.
Let's say this.
to do something different.
He might own all of those entities
Yeah,
if they messed up. And
Yeah.
He is clean.
that's
Yeah,
true.
exactly.
Because, I mean, how do you put a price on a guy's career?
Right.
Because that's what's gone right here. That's what's tarnished. I ain't saying it's
Absolutely.
gone because his talent and his everything's still
Right,
there,
right.
but his reputation is.
I'm worried about his mental state, man.
Well,
I think there's a lot
I
of
agree.
mental stuff right here that he
Well,
could.
I'm not
be-
trying to be funny here, but it affects everybody. I'm
Yeah, it
sure it
does,
affects
for
his
sure.
dad. We know it affected his mom because she's already posted. We're used to it, just shouting out orders. Yeah, I need. Dude is up in there, Mike.
Thank you.
He's up in there. So it is Wednesday. Practice yesterday. Getting a new yellow body on. Half of a yellow body.
Yeah,
That's what I'm talking
Tell
about.
them what's going on because
right.
I've heard from people just over and over how I changed stuff and I told them it's gonna be different this year. So this wasn't my doing.
No, this is my doings. I wanted to do this, and I'll take full responsibility for this getting done. Even though I ain't the one actually physically doing it, I wanted this to happen. Thank you, Rock. So this is gonna look like that on just this one side.
Sure.
Absolutely. So we got a wrap over there, a half of a wrap, and we got a wrapper
And a wrapette.
and a wrapette. School bus, baby.
Have a soap right.
Yep, coward of the county, Pawpaw George. So honestly, I'm glad you come out from under there.
Yeah.
We got to talk.
I'm glad I came out too to see.
Let's get over here where we can all talk, because we gotta be like everybody else, and we gotta put our 2 cents in. Yep.
What's wrong now?
No, nothing's wrong. Where's Mikey at? Because it's important for him to be in on this conversation. This is serious. Tire dope. What's up? Opinions, thoughts. Were those 3 guys dirty? Were they not dirty? Are they doing something that everybody else is doing and they got caught? There's a lot of speculations going around, and I'm just curious what this little team thinks.
I think there's too many variables for it to be just quickly thrown out. I don't even watch super late model racing, so I'm unbiased to all 3 of them. But I think that it's kind of crazy that 3 guys just so happen to get busted. It'd be different if it was just one of them.
Well, that's what's unique about it. I think they said, and don't hold me to it, I think they said they sampled 70-something tires from that event, and 3 come back dirty, and that's their point. That's on the organization side, that's their point. How did all of them come back clean and those 3 come back dirty, so but they're claiming their innocence, some are claiming they're guilty, and there's a whole lot of tire experts I found out on Facebook
And then it
and
comes
YouTube.
down to
They all know everything now.
Then
So,
it comes down to just like anything else in the world, who in that lab is taking care of these samples, and do they care about racing? Are they racing fanatics, or are they just average people showing up to do their job?
right.
Because that's the next factor.
Do you trust the lab kind of theory?
Right.
Then there's did those 3 guys drive through something on the racetrack that we're there at a racetrack across the country every weekend, and we watch motors blow up and transmissions blow up, and we watch coolant go down on the track, fuel, and we see run through. And I'll be honest, there's a lot of times that I'm concerned, because I know we don't dope tires, but when we win a big race and they're cutting a sample, that's in my mind. Wait a minute, did so-and-so blew his motor on the 3rd lap, and and they used us to dry the track back out after they threw a couple handfuls of dirt on it, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm not, so it comes down to the people that spoke out with the organization, from what I understand, they're claiming it was a specific chemical. Like they know, they just hadn't said what it was. And I'm not an expert. I'm just telling you what the things I'm picking up. Yeah. And then the other talk, whatever you want to call it, gossip, I guess, speculation, is that there's possibly somebody that is charging a fee to get tires and turn around and sell them to people that they don't know what they've done, but they will pass tech, and they've obviously been passing tech. And then there's people that's got up and said a lot of big rules just got passed about tires, so they're coming down because somebody told on somebody and told exactly what was going on. And so the things that's been passing, they're looking for that specifically now. And that's what got busted, was they knew exactly what to look for. So there's a whole lot of stuff there. We don't know, but I just figured I'd come out and see what y'all's thoughts was. I feel for these drivers.
I do too.
Because it's their reputation, and
Absolutely.
I know we've talked about before. I mean, you know, we were going to go to East Bay. We were going to go to Volusia, and we decided not to. One, it was a lot of money, and two, we heard from quite a few good sources that if you weren't doping or traction control, and I'm not knocking, I mean, it's all over the place, but that's what we were told. And you know, it's hard to go knowing that you're at a disadvantage when you leave home because you're clean.
Right.
And I ain't saying we've always been clean, because in the past, when he was a young man, you know, I'm not sitting here throwing stones in a glass house. We have put the sticky icky on the tire a time or two, but in our professional career, I'd like to say that all of those were one legal. So, you know, I'm not pointing fingers. I'm not saying we're up here and those people are down there. Racing is competitive, and it's real easy to get tangled up in something, and we buy speed. And
You got to look at it like this too. What if it's funding?
yeah.
Someone's not getting funded.
Well,
You know what I mean?
if and I don't know, but if
Hopefully they're all.
there is a tire guru that's doing something to tires and selling it as a service to people, there's probably a lot more than just those 3 that got bad tire samples. There's probably a whole lot more that's running that exact same thing.
Well,
So.
and I'll just tell you my honest opinion on it. It's like, how does this affect me?
Right.
And at the end of the day, these are people that I don't know anything. Like, I don't know them. It doesn't
Okay.
matter.
Here's why it affects you, because that same thing come up. Ricky Thornton Jr. posted some comments, and somebody in the comment section said it's going to be different when you're on that ship. Because I kind of feel like he kind of threw his, I want to call him teammate, Bobby, or maybe he was taking a shot at the other guys, I don't know. But he kind of was like, y'all got what you got. And basically saying they're guilty right out the bat. But there's a whole lot of things, they could be innocent, and for somebody to jump ship that quick, and maybe that's not what he meant, but that's what it looked
And
like.
I guess my point of it is, like, at the end of the day, I understand that side of it, but like social media, that's the part that I'm like, you know, if it did happen to me, there's no, like,
There ain't no coming back.
we're supposed to handle it man to man, in my opinion. Like, that should have been Bobby Pierce and the other 2 guys with the series.
Right.
And then obviously the guys that
Well,
you
basically,
know, moved up in positions. They needed
Right.
to be notified. But it's not for drama and stuff like
Right.
that. I feel like a lot of stuff's over dramatized to attract people to their series.
Right.
And that's the problem that I have with it, is like, at the end of the day, win, lose, or draw, cheat, no cheat, whatever, that's their business and that's their stuff. And I personally, coming from, if I was in that position, I would like for my business and my stuff to be within the
Of course
series
you
and the
would,
stuff
but
that was
that's
going
not
on.
real
And
life.
that's the problem that we face, is you've got people on social media that went from not having any viewers or any saying anything that now they've blown up just by voicing their opinion on somebody else's matter. And it's like,
Yeah. Kind of like what we're doing here.
right. And I'm just like,
Oops.
Are we going to
But-
name this
but-
video the Tire Dope
No.
Drama and then let people hear this and
No,
then
but I
say
get it. It's
you
a-
bunch of people are making,
no,
yeah, I mean,
no,
you
it's
see where I'm coming
It's a sad
from?
world, but
It
I
is.
understand that we have to do this because
You're saying
it's-
you feel like Bobby Pierce feels because Bobby put out a statement and said, first of all, this is my whole life here.
Right.
And this may go away to other people, but this is my life that I missed
Right.
out on events with my friends and things because I've raced, and this is my whole world. So this ain't just going to go away. And he says that it's when he got the call, kind of, I can only imagine he was kind of in shock and like, what are we going to do? And it's no more than when he hung up, it was all over.
It was
Like it was
prophesied.
bam,
Yeah.
it was everywhere. So he didn't even have time to grasp how big this was going to be. And it was everywhere. And then you got everybody's opinion about it, you know.
I get it.
Take it from him. That means last year he was a cheater. You know, he's already,
Well,
he's
and that's
hammered.
gonna
It's
fall
just a
with it.
bad, it's a
It
bad
is.
deal.
And there's no.
It's a black eye on dirt track racing right now. Whether
Yeah.
he did or didn't, it's still a bad deal. And I don't know. I just like I said, I guess
We're guilty of. We can't, again, what you said, throwing rocks and
yeah.
But-
And I'm not saying he was dirty. I mean,
Right.
he may be clean, but some reason those organizations came out with some really harsh tire rules here recently and warned everybody that we're gonna crack down. So something was said
Yeah.
and somebody knew something and a secret got out and they're making examples out of people. And man, what I can't imagine a harder way to make an example than to take your point champion and throw him out, your previous year's point champion. I mean, whatever.
But
But
that's for the
right,
rest of his
wrong,
career.
but-
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
But
Yeah, where does he go? Because that's the other thing. He got it on World Outlaw Series, but per their rules, that bars him from Lucas Oil as well. And then Hunt to Front Series answers the dirt racing America, whatever, Dirt Vision, whatever that series is. So he can't even go to the Hunt to Front
That's
series.
what
So I
I'm
mean,
saying.
he's back to being a local racer more or less.
To me, and that right there, like, if I'm a local racer in a super late model, I'm like,
Here we go. Now I got to compete against
Yeah.
this guy
Because-
because he was cheating over there. Which I'm not saying he was. I'm just saying that it's a bad deal.
people are gonna have to do their homework. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? It'd be no different than
Yeah.
somebody like that showing up on our turf. Like, if they're that good, we need to be better.
I'm
So,
predicting a appeal, and I'm predicting some more to come out of this.
yeah,
soon.
it's just gonna be a snowball.
Right.
But
Right.
I personally think it's sad that everybody leeches on the other people's
Yeah.
social media stuff.
Yeah. This is terrible that people would talk about other people's stuff and sell it.
Yeah. Shame on them.
You see what you're doing? You keep saying that, but we're sitting here doing
I
it.
know we're doing it. We're
Yeah.
guilty of it.
Yeah.
But I know that per my business at CHR, I have to do it.
That's right.
In the business that
Well,
I'm in, I have to do it, and I get
Look
that
what
these
it did
people
for
have
these
to do it.
organizations. I mean,
Yeah.
it's drew attention to them, good or bad. We know
Yeah.
attention is good, no matter good or bad. And now, I mean, really, it gives them a big pat on the back because they're like, wow, they're fair enough that they took down their main guy. That means they're super fair, so we should,
we've all got opinions.
You're right. Other people may take it the other way and just
That's right.
blackball them and say, I'll never watch them and I'll drop their services, their streaming services. So, yeah,
I hope not.
it's a big deal right now, and that's why I want to just come out and talk about it for a minute.
I get it. Yeah.
What's the tire guy got to say? You putting that sticky icky on anything?
He can't
No.
talk because he's guilty.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. But no, I don't know. I think if I'm Pierce, I pull like Kyle Larson did with NASCAR and just go
Yeah,
I'm
go
just-
dominate.
Just
Win everything.
dominate everything.
Bobby, if you're listening, we're available, and we're going to travel the country this year, and we're not looking for big races. So if y'all want to just go with us, and we'll just park by each other,
Yeah.
and Mike can give y'all a couple tips on tires.
Just gotta make sure your deck height's right, because where we go,
We comment.
they
Yeah.
get you.
No, we'll run it by the book. You can run it by the book, and we'll see how it goes.
So,
It'll be fun if nothing else.
I do want to go back to the old dick.
Yeah.
yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
I do too. But like, and that's a prime example. Like we race on them. Bobby's gonna race on them.
He will, but it
But
is
it's not-
it's a bruise and a black
It
eye
is,
and,
certainly.
and stitches, and he got yeah.
But
it's-
at the end of the day, as a person, it's your reputation and everything else. But
Yeah.
you got to say, okay, I didn't
Let's-
cheat or I did cheat,
Yeah.
and I know who I am, and
I
I
can
just got to
sleep
rock
at
on
night.
from
That's
now,
right.
and it's
That's
time
right.
Let's say this.
to do something different.
He might own all of those entities
yeah,
if they messed up. And
Yeah,
he
that's-
is clean.
that's
Yeah,
true.
exactly.
Because I mean, how do you
I mean,
put a
you-
price on a guy's career?
Right.
Because that's what's gone right here. That's
Right,
what's
yeah.
tarnished. I ain't saying it's gone because his
No.
talent and his everything's still
Right,
there,
right.
but his reputation is.
Oh, I'm worried
is
about his mental state, man.
Well,
I think there's a lot
I
of
agree.
mental stuff right here that
Well,
he
absolutely.
could.
I'm not
he-
trying to be funny here, but it affects everybody. I'm
Yeah, it
sure it
does,
affects
for
his
sure.
dad. We know it affected his mom because she's already posted. And I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm a fan of Abby that makes his TikToks, and I'm sure she's like, do I make a TikTok that's funny like I normally would, or do I just stay quiet, or what? You know, because I'm sure they're all upset about it and they want to get their voice out there because they feel like they've been done wrong, and you can't blame them for that. So.
Truth shall set you free.
Absolutely. Well, we're opinionless as far as who did what wrong, and like Rock said, the truth will set you free. And as long as you can lay down and sleep at night, then you can't worry about what other people
right.
on Facebook and YouTube and everything else says.
Oh,
Go wipe that orange glue off.
Get the glue off.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, y'all keep messing with that sticky icky.
Uh-huh. It's only going to take one time.
Yep. All right. Well, I'm back to making videos. I just wanted to come catch up with y'all.
All right, good seeing you.
buddy.
Yeah.
Thank
Later.
you.
Later.